Welcome to Lizards of the Toast, and we are having so much fun with these pauper decks. Now, this one is not one we came up with ourselves. This is a serious metagame deck, and these ones are pretty much all the same. We have a Rally at the Hornburg, and can't you tell from these two Dark Souls, these noobs here? Look at that Vanilla Knight class. So these are our Rally at the Hornburg Knights, and let's get right into this deck. It's very straightforward, and it actually is reminiscent... in a way, it reminds me of like Gruul Prowess circa like 2015. Gruul Prowess 2015. That's what this reminds me of. So, let's get right into this without further ado. This is a very cool deck. Uses artifacts, uses creatures, has about as stormy as an ability as you're going to get in Pauper. And if you play Modern and you're scared to come into Pauper because you think it's going to be slow or something, get over in here. The water's fine. And with the expenditures of Modern, Pauper is just wonderful. So we have 4 of these Clockwork Percussionists. Now this guy right here, I love this card. When Clockwork Percussionist dies, exile the top card of your library. You may play it until the end of your next turn. That is so good. So good. So, it's hasty, it's 1/1, it's going to send that damage through. So, Goblin Bushwhacker Kicker is 1, so it's basically a 2-mana 2/1 with haste. So when Goblin Whacker enters the battlefield, if it was kicked, creatures you control get +1/+0 and gain haste until end of turn. Now, I always kick it, but I want you to know, I have nothing against goblins. In fact, I like goblins. It's just a relationship we have. That's how we work together. I have to kick him. But I promise, there's no harm and no foul. So 4 of these to get our things kicked, as it were. And right here we have about as close as you're ever going to get to a Goblin Guide in Pauper. As long as you control an artifact, and we will be. Goblin Tomb Raider gets +1/+0 and has haste, so it's a 2/2. It's Goblin Guide. 1, a 2, a 3, a 4. 4. Look at that. Very nice. Now, I thought we had a foily one in there, but I guess we didn't. Alright, when the Epicure here is just... This is everywhere in Pauper, isn't it? I hope nothing ever happens to this card in Pauper. It's too good. When Voldaren Epicure enters the battlefield, it deals 1 damage to each opponent and create a blood token. Now, is everybody clear on what a blood token is? We have one around here somewhere. Basically, a blood token is you pay 1, tap, sack, blood token, discard a card, draw a card. Kind of dealy there. And we have some blood tokens around. I'll have to throw one in here. So we have 4 of these Voldaren Epicure. It does so much, right, for a 1-mana common. Got a body, get the damage, get the token. Pretty good. Now, here's one of the stars of the show right here. Because it's a human and a shaman. So our Human Shaman, Burning Tree Emissary. Emissary to the burning trees. And look at this. That guy looks like he has no head over there, right? Am I right? Am I right? But that guy looks headless. Right? Am I seeing that right? He has no head. Headless. All right. So the Headless Horseman there rides on. So those who regard the Gruul as savage simpletons underestimate the subtle power of their shamans to make people's heads disappear. Anyways, I digress. Burning Tree Emissary. We should have 4 of these. Where are you? Where are you, Emmy? See what happens? Do you see? All right, well, there's 4 of these in here. Of this I am certain. Of this I am certain. There's 4 of them. There's another one somewhere. So we'll probably come across it. But there's 4 Burning Tree Emissaries in here. I don't know where that one's hiding. Anyways, when it enters the battlefield, add a red and a green. We do not care about the green so much. You know, it's generic, whatever. However, this is going to allow us to play Rally at the Hornburg. So we can actually play a couple of these. Say we got... I'll explain it later. All right, onward. And then we'll talk about it. And as always, a deck in the description is going to be on Moxfield. So Lightning Bolt, of course. May it never be banned. And we have this nice version here. That is the Elves versus Goblins, I believe. So 3 of those burners there, and 3 more of these burners here. We have Galvi's Blast. The Galvanic Blast deals 2 damage to any target. Ow. Metalcraft, though, Galvanic Blast deals 4 damage to any target instead if you control 3 or more artifacts. 1, a 2, a 3, a 4. 4. So, this is where ours is just a little different. We have Chain Lightning, deals 3 damage to target creature or player, then that player or that creature's controller may pay 2 red. If the player does, he may or she may copy this spell and may choose a new target for the copy. So, this will be sideboarded if we're going against like a mirror match mostly. We are running 2 of these. And some people run 1 of these. We run 2, and we took out one of the experimental synthesizers. Just go for a 2 of those instead. Tectonic Hazard here, kind of like End the Festivities, but it doesn't deal damage to Planeswalker. But we don't have to really worry about Planeswalkers anyways. I like the art better on End the Festivities. But let's just admit it, we didn't have enough of them to go around. But this is just fine too. So it deals 1 damage to each opponent and each creature they control. It's pretty good. It's a little board wipe there. So we got 2 of those in the main deck. Now here is where the deck gets its namesake, Rally at the Hornburg. You get 2 1/1 white human soldier creature tokens. Humans you control gain haste until end of turn. Of course, there's 4 of those. And that's really good for us because as we talked about, as we discussed, say you got a couple of these in hand. So you play 1, play 2. Say you got 4 of them in hand. Say you got 4 of them somehow. You play all 4 of them, right? So you go boom, and then play 1 for 1 and 1 for 1. And then you play a Rally of the Hornburg, and look what you get. This is what you get. You get 1, 2 whites, and then you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So swinging in like that, nothing wrong with that. It's almost like a little magical interaction that could be labeled as in some ways a combo. But by me, I wouldn't say it's a combo too much. So those are what we're running to that. Now we have Reckless Impulse, a great card. A Stitcher looks at their creation and sees the result of years of study and hours of toil. A devil sees a new plaything. Is that true? I think it is. So we exile the top 2 cards of our library. Until the end of your next turn, you may play those cards. Pretty simple. And again, it's end of your next turn. Very good for us. It is a sorcery. That's okay. Now, Experimental Synthesizer, once a hot shot in this deck, is now like relegated to people playing 3 commonly, and some people less commonly, but also playing 2 like we do. 2 Experimental Synthesizers. Enters and leaves the battlefield. Exile the top card of your library until the end of the turn. You may play that card, and you can do a 2 and a red and sacrifice the synthesizer and create a 2/2 white samurai creature token with vigilance. So that's pretty good too. But you know, not really too much of a concern. Really, we're looking more for shooting through the deck and getting another artifact out. Speaking of having artifacts out, we have the Great Furnace. 1, a 2, a 3, a 4. 4 Great Furnace and mountains. Look at these. We have the what is it? Goblin? I forget again. Okay, just never mind. It's goblins versus elves, right? Is that it? Or is it elves versus inventors? I can't remember. All right, anyways. 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, a 5, a 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 of those, giving us 18 lands. Now let's talk about the Squeedy Badidi here, or the sideboard. And look at there. There's our Rally the Hornburgs. We have these wonderful Dark Souls vanilla human man. Okay, good talk. Let's talk about the Seedy Badidi. We have 2 Tormod's Crypts because it's free to cast. All right, we have the Elemental Blast. Counter target blue spell or target blue permanent destroyed in play. Very good. 4 of those. We have Cast into the Fire. This is a great card, isn't it? Cast into the Fire deals 1 damage to each of up to 2 target creatures. Exile target artifact. 3 of those. We have Smash to Smithereens, just to get that damage in, along with destruction of artifacts. Destroy that artifact. Smash to Smithereens deals 3 damage to that artifact's controller. 2 of those. Now, here is our other Tectonic Hazards. Deals 1 damage to each opponent and each creature they control. We talked about it. 2 more of those. Can find its way into the deck quite frequently. Searing Blaze deals 1 damage to target player and 1 damage to target creature that player controls. We have landfall. There's 18 lands. It's going to happen. Had the land enter the battlefield under your control this turn, Searing Blaze deals 3 damage to that player, enter 3 damage to that creature instead. So this would be something like you'd sideboard this against some little bit more creature hate. It's still getting that burn through. It's doing a little damage to the creature. You have the artifact hate package here, and then you have your blue hate package here with a little bit of your hate package for any graveyard hijinks. Pretty standard, pretty solid sideboard, if I do say so myself. Sideboards are giving us a little bit of wiggle room in this format, so we do like that. Thanks for joining me, and as always, we are going to be doing some mulligan guides to follow. We are waiting to do those. I think we're gonna do the mulligan guides in order of how we've done these two. And we are also gonna have some Pauper Fight Club, and we're gonna have Pauper decks versus Modern, just to show what Pauper decks can do. Because I think when we play our, we have lightened the load on our Modern decks, I will tell you, but we still have our 2 metagame hitters, and we have our current Lizards of the Toast deck, which is our mono red goblin artifacts. So thank you for joining me, and I will see you cats later.